Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Game and we're returning to our Command Modern Operations Let's Play of the US against Iran due to recent events. Now this of course is a fictional scenario that's slightly different. We do have our Marines down here that are trying to pass through the Persian Gulf, in these waters here between Saudi Arabia and Iran, of course, on their way from Iraq. This is the backstory to this. We had just last time approached, basically set up our stuff, and we now have a couple of Iranian patrol boats that have just come into our main group of these transport ships, basically. So these are centered around the Tarawa, I guess, which is basically one of the Marines' pocket carriers, if you want, carrying a couple of Harriers and so on. And I think they're shooting at us with 50 cals. I think these very weird boats here don't have anything else except 50 cals, as far as we know. So interesting setup still, and they are shooting at us. They also have at least 4 aircraft above this group. This is 2 F-14A Tomcats and 2 Su-35 flankers. So these are relatively recent aircraft here, probably on loan from the Russians. We, on the other hand, do have a couple of further aircraft up here, mostly Super Hornets. Let's get to 3D view over here, just so that we have some idea of what's going on. Come on. Come on. It's always loading up like that. So, yeah, as you can see down there are the basically the ships. So there's the Tarawa. And we've got a couple of fighters over here, and we can see there's a lot of movement around this group over there. We can also see that a couple of further aircrafts are coming up this way. So yeah, let the shooting start, I say, and see what's going on. We've ordered our groups here to shoot at these guys quite a bit of their stuff, including one of our helicopters, our attack helicopters here, and one of these super cobras that we did launch is now asked to turn around in this direction and try to engage them. Let's go to normal speed over here and see how this is going to play out. So yeah, you can see these wide strikes are attacks coming up from each direction, including one over here that I didn't even see happen. That was a little bit too fast there. So where's that contact report? What does it say? So destroyed, no flyer flooding. What happened there? Weapon damage. So yeah, no, it was immediately a 127mm hit that was just destroyed it, basically. So that's nice to see. That's certainly what we hope is going to happen here as well. We can also see one of these Hellfire missiles is approaching its target very quickly. There we go. And I'm guessing that they should be done soon. And I'm really interested to see what damage we are going to see on this carrier over here. We can see the weapon endgame here. So yeah, a couple of these shots are missing, which is understandable. Another hit over here on this guy. So that I think is an impact of a 127mm shell, but not quite. On the other hand, there's one down there. What is that up there? That I don't see. Yeah, no, it is a 127mm hit, and you know these guys are now being taken care of. So you know what? I think we're gonna shift that helicopter over here because I think these guys are well equipped to deal with this stuff themselves, and indeed they are. So that's nice to see. Right, let's then take our Super Hornet over here and bring it up over these guys and try to engage them over there. I think that would be a good idea. And let's also keep an eye on all of these aircrafts up over here and see what's going to happen, because I think they might be starting to shoot very soon as well. Although so far I don't have any indication for that. Well, we also can see that we are being hit here by what I believe must be a 50 cal. Is that true? Missed. Yeah, indeed. These are 50 cals missing us. Is anyone hitting here? Let's not see the weapon end day, and let's see damage here. Total damage, why? 0 point component damage, really. So let's look at the damage control over here. So yeah, one of your 50 cals has been slightly damaged, and one of your Boschmasters has been destroyed by that 50 cal fire on us. But I think all in all we are very much fine over here, and it seems like we are doing alright. So yeah, we've got our UE over here trying to damage these guys, and that would be interesting to see. I think I have allocated a good number of weapons on each of you. Can I deallocate a couple of you and just, let's say, allocate 17 guys on you? Did I just do that? Oh well, we'll see. Right, so these guys are coming up this way. They have a very limited range here against surface targets, but you know what, that's just how it has to be. So let's just manually attack this guy, or automatically attack, I suppose. Right, more aircrafts are buzzing around over there. There's no particular way for us to... Let's go to group view over here and see whether we do have anything to engage these guys with. We could launch a couple of harpoons, but honestly I think that's a little bit overblown for this type of target. These are mostly small patrol craft, so no, I don't think that is something that we want to do. We have, on the other hand, been explicitly warned about this air group over here of these SU-35s. They are within range of our air group, but so far we are not really doing anything. What else have we got? Fang 2, can you come over there, please? So we've launched a couple of further helicopters down here. These Fangs, Fang 2 and 3. So let's send 3 over here. 2 is coming up that way. And then we also have the Venoms that are also just carrying other stuff. So they will be trying to engage these smaller ships, and that should be alright. You guys are all doing fine. Trying to intercept them, that should be alright. We do have a couple of further ships that we don't know exactly what they are. But yeah, again, it should be okay. Right, so you know what? You stop it now. And do come up over here. I'm not sure whether this guy here is trying to do something with this helicopter. There's a drastic difference in altitude, so could be alright. Let's actually rise a little bit because I don't want to be engaged by any 50 cal here. So you are still engaging over there. Do we have someone who's not allocated down here? Yeah, Fang 4. Let's send you in the middle, and then you can decide where to send him immediately afterwards. There is an Hawkeye over here. Should be okay. A couple of Phantoms over there. Nothing too big against us. Okay, can you engage these guys with just your artillery? It doesn't seem like that, so no. And again, I don't really want to use anything too large for that. So yeah, again, let's look at what we've allocated over here. And let's just allocate, let's say 10 rockets. Horizontal range to target is greater than the weapon's downrange at this altitude. That's alright. Let's bring you up a little bit higher then, I think. You did have trouble with your downrange altitude, right? No, it's just the horizontal range. 1.7 miles. And very soon we will be able to attack you there. Do we see more contact changes over here? No, not really. Just these aircrafts that are still around. Although the Tomcats seem to be withdrawing, which is at least interesting to see. Right, let's pause here for a second. And let's ask you to again engage these guys here. With 10 rockets, please. Rockets, or is it missiles? I do not know exactly. Right, so let's try to roll that up. Looks like rockets to me. So that is interesting. Shall we have a look at that on the 3D view here? And we have at least... Oh, wait a second. So at least we have hit this guy, but he's firing back with probably like a 50 cal. Yeah, so you can see the rockets have impacted over here. This is not an accurate representation, but that's fine. So you are over there, that's okay. So let's come up behind these guys over here and try to engage them as well with another 10 missiles. Yeah, there we go. Now I can for some reason allocate it. Right. And you are trying to withdraw from them. They have some anti-air coverage. I don't know about these guys. They potentially have another 50 cal as well. Yeah, they do. Are you dropping down in speed? No, not yeah, a little bit it seems. So let's see what's going to happen over here. And again, let's see what's going on over here. Right, so Alpha Sierra have just overflown numerous missile gunboats. They appear to be massing for an attack. Be advised, I'm taking small arms fire. This time, request permission to engage. Oh. Weapons are still tied, so we may not engage anyone who is just orange. Just the red guys. And that's fine to me. Yeah, so since their boats have launched against us, I'm willing to do this over here. Let's go for the 3D view and let's see what's going to happen over here. Can I please just get rid of this? Yes, thank you. Right, so there we go, and these are just these aircraft. Can I actually center on you here, as we potentially want to see the rockets being launched in a second over here. I mean, this is honestly just gimmicky. This is not a game that is well renowned for its agility in terms of graphical design, but you can see a couple of rockets are coming up this way. That's alright. Let's make sure that you are also engaging other guys, whether or not there is a hit. It does seem to be a very good hit over there, actually. Let's actually send a couple of missiles down this way as well, and then we're going to engage this one here with 3 more missiles. Let's see whether that is going to work. Yeah, you actually have fired that already, so that's lovely to see. Let's actually send you up this way then. So sort of go a little bit differently. There we go. Another good hit over there, so that's fantastic to see. You're going to come in range here sooner rather than later. And you'll hopefully be able to take this guy out completely. We must be a little bit careful because I don't want to go into the 50 cal range of this guy again. But yeah, let's see. This is a very, very small boat over there. All units Alpha Bravo, be advised that NCA and State Department have informed us of Iranian denial of culpability in ongoing surface action. They claim the boats are non-Iranian insurgents. Battlespace plot analysis seem to concur with this claim. Restrict engagement to units positively identified as hostile. Interesting. So in this scenario, the Iranians are trying to get something usually... wait. That's a very steep helicopter banking over here, and you can see the SU-33s are keeping a very close eye on this. So yeah, definitely the Iranians are trying to maintain something called deniability over here. Let's see whether we can engage. Come on. Come on. I know you can. There we go. You're now diving very low and trying to disengage as well while these missiles are coming up there, and they are very likely to hit and sink this. So that's very lovely. You're now returned to base, so that's fine. Yeah. And of course something like this could happen, you know. It could be a rook operation by one guy or the others, so it's not entirely clear whether a scenario like this would actually see the use of arms against Iranian aircraft themselves. We have a lot of aircraft in the air now, which, well, I might have been a little bit early. Let's ask this guy here to be a little bit faster because he's like the first one. So I would like you to be at least on military speed, maybe. Oh yeah, that's not that impressive, is it? Let's make sure you're on 2,000 feet. Then what we're going to do is we are going to engage all of these guys here. And specifically these guys, I think, with a Hellfire missile each. And then we can see whether that is going to be enough or not. Right, or whether there needs to be any follow-up by anyone, really. Good. Alright, interesting. So, still there are, of course, a couple of other ships in the vicinity. We should not underestimate those. Yeah, let's go for a little bit faster speed over here. I think we can accelerate probably up to 5 times the speed. Once we do get in range, we are going to de-accelerate a little bit. Just look at these guys buzzing over our aircraft carriers. I don't like that one bit. Let's actually bring you guys here right over our carriers. That is a little bit too much for me there. Right, so these are definitely Iranian craft. We know that, at least their make is Iranian. Whether or not that does mean that they are controlled by the Iranian government, we do not know. But you know what? In an engagement between Iran and the US, there would probably be a number of unknowns. So you can see that these guys over here are missile boats. So I think this one here is a 23mm cannon gun guy, whereas these guys over here are definitely missile boats that can engage us with their surface weapons. So that would be interesting, but still, a lot of these guys are keeping their distance. Phantoms, Su-33s, they are for now keeping their distance. On the other hand, these flankers down there are just honestly a little bit annoying. Right, so we are nearly within range. So I suspect that very soon we should see the first launches over here against these patrol boats. As we are coming in range over here, we should see, come on the left guy there, yeah, there is the first Hellfire missile, that's alright. Let's actually go a little bit slower now and let them sort of come into range. No, they are drawing away, so I think we will have to follow up on them. And look at this missile doing a horizontal flight basically against this guy, and I think it's going to dive down on him at the very last minute, so to say. Further missiles coming in. Yeah, there we go. And that did sink this ship. So let's try to engage all of these guys. There is that missile flying against this gentleman. Come on, do you hit? Potentially you will. I mean, this is a guided missile. This shouldn't be too difficult to hit, really. And you can see it again just goes up and then dives down on its target. So that was a hit, but it was not a kill. So that is interesting to see. Let's go ahead then and select you and engage you with another follow-up missile over here, and that should be okay. Right. There we go. A lot of beautiful missiles striking towards their targets. And well, I'm not too sure what this guy does there. This guy up there seems to be sunk, at least from the information that we get on the main screen over here. Although that's not corresponding to what we see on TechView. But TechView can be a little bit... well, basically, they have more information than we do, so that's sometimes not that great. How are our sensors looking? Yeah, we are using all of them, so that is good enough, I would say. Although that guy might as well just be sinking, and therefore deleted from the game logic. Well, that's interesting to see that they are keeping him around. All units in Alpha Bravo, this is Alpha Sierra. Be advised that all hostile surface tracks have been neutralized. Repeat, all hostile neutral tracks neutralized. Stand out in condition 2. All units remain at surface warning red. Weapons tied. That's lovely. Let's go back over here. You, my dear sir, can return back to base. You have earned that more than enough. And let's bring our helicopters back to base as well. And I think you can go on sort of loitering speed. There is no reason for you to... And you know what? We can group you up. Group you up. Come on, can I do that? Group operations. Group selected units. Why can I not do that? Oh, because it's different. Okay, that's alright. Right, so we did manage to kill these guys. You are over here as well. So, okay, yeah, we might actually want to group you guys up then. Yeah, and that does work. It's slightly irritating to see that they have the aircraft symbol now. Okay. But nevertheless, let's get Venom 2 and 3 grouped up as well. Yeah, that does work as well. Bring you over here, again on loitering speed, that's perfectly reasonable to me. And then Fang, you can actually group up here as well. Fantastic, good stuff there. Right, loiter speed, that's fine. We do need you to save some fuel. You're coming to base, that's alright. You are coming to base, you've expended most of your ammunition anyway, so that's good to see. And we've dealt with all of these ships. Now the question is, of course, what else could be happening over here, and what else should we be mindful about? And I'm slightly concerned about these ships up there and down there. There might be nothing, there might be absolutely nothing. They could just be fishing craft or anything like that. So I don't want to Okay, what have we got? Oh, I did not define these reference points correctly, by the way. So I did set up an anti-submarine warfare patrol earlier, which I think is very reasonable, although the US Navy in this scenario doesn't seem to do that because we've nothing controlled. So we've now gotten all of these, and let's get these guys to be assigned to this so that it's relatively and shifting, which is fine, I think. Right, still a lot of our aircrafts in the air. A lot of them are still somewhat low on fuel, although I would expect the Tomcats here to be at some point losing fuel efficiency as well. This is such a funny coincidence, you know, that they did retain those after the Shah had his revolution. A lot of aircraft over there, F5s, so basic multi-role attack crafts. Must be relatively old. I don't know what that is. Right, there is their recon craft. Tomcats, Su-33s, and a couple of Phantoms over here, which I think potentially date from the same time, although I don't know exactly, so yeah. Right, okay, what other helicopters would we have over here? We have SEALs, we have other stuff. I basically want to check out the 12mm gun is interesting. You know what, let's launch the Seahawk over here and check out these ships down here, because I want to know what they are. So, and I don't want to bring down an actual fixed wing aircraft so low that they would find that out. Right, let's accelerate time over here and see what is going to happen. I suspect that might actually be the conclusion here, but we don't know. I mean, these aircrafts are still, I mean, they are right on top of our Nimitz class carrier. This is, if our operations didn't ask us to be very tight in regards to weapons over here, I would start shooting at an aircraft that is so close to my carrier. I think that's just unacceptable. Here we've got Slayer. You're supposed to be an anti-submarine warfare loadout, but I honestly don't think that's true. Let's briefly try to check out what's going on over here. Just like so. Should be alright. Good. Yeah, there you go. 2,000 feet. That's alright, but you know what? I think can just, come on, I do want to shift the waypoint. Goddammit. Right. Just take the waypoint, shift it over here, and ask you to be on low altitude, very low altitude, 1,000 feet. So that should give you ample information about what that is that we're dealing with over there. Phantoms buzzing about, Tigers, more Su-33s. But so far, nothing too bad. I mean, we have sustained some damage there with the 50 cals. But it wasn't that bad, so I think we might be alright. So what are our helicopters doing? We've got the UEs. We've got the Vipers. You might be withdrawing, we don't know. Okay, so who has the least fuel? That is our... Now this is, maybe we were launching these guys a little early. I'm not too sure. There are more Su-33s over there. All of these Tigers up there. And they do have a large amount of anti-air weapons, of course, especially here in Bandar Abbas, which is the very small part of the Persian Gulf over there. So yeah, let's make sure that that is alright. You know what? Since they were so aggressive, I think we have a right to... get one of you here, ungroup you. Did I not ungroup you? Ah, detach, that was the command. Right, and Venom 2, your job is going to be to come over here and check this guy out. We are not going to fly into Iranian waters, but I do want to know what that guy is about. So yeah, let's try to find that out. Be on low altitude, we might not want to draw any radar attention or anything like that. Although I suspect that they might have some. Lot of power plants over there, and some of their nuclear facilities are up over here. So that would be very much in striking distance if we so decide to. But for now, you know, we are asked to be the good guys over here and not engage them yet. And it just turns out that you don't randomly attack leaders of another country. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Right, so yeah, let's have some discipline over here. A lot of these guys are still in the air, but it seems to me like they might be withdrawing a little bit. They're not buzzing around that much anymore. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? And what are these? I've got a couple of Orions over here on an anti-surface patrol. What? What? I'm not too sure. This is not an anti-surface engagement thing. This is a loadout for hunting submarines. So honestly, you know what? We're going to assign you to a very different mission, and that is the anti-submarine warfare. Okay, fine. But yeah, I don't want to get too close to these flankers. So yeah, we are coming up there, that's alright. We are accelerating time pretty much as we can. And there we go. So, Triumph, 130 points, losses and expenditures. We did lose, well, basically nothing. No platform at least. And there is the side Posers, which lost at least a couple of ships. Interesting. They did shoot a little bit with their 25mm guns. I don't know at what, potentially at the missiles as they were coming in. A little bit with 50 cals. We have taken some damage, but honestly not that much. So yeah, that's fine. Scoring seems to be mostly for the ships. Yeah, that's fine. Scoring graph. Perfect. Okay, so not the most full-out engagement, but this is only scenario 2. I think we are next going to look at scenario 3, and that might be interesting. So do let me know what you think about this, and yeah, do leave a like and all of that, of course. Massively helps out the channel. But yeah, see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.